I want to talk about Lee. Obviously, she's a photojournalist. How do you even begin to get into that mindset of a war journalist?
There's a lot of things that I do. I work on the character through my dreams to really understand Lee's unconscious mind and to best understand her, her psyche, I guess. And then I watched a lot of documentaries and films that Alex showed us as well during our 2 weeks of rehearsal. So there was one Maria Colvin documentary called Under the Wire that really informed what it must be like for Lee, that that movie really affected me. And then another film called Come and See, that's a movie that also really informed, what this should be like.
Did you look into any female war photographers? Did you draw any inspiration from anyone at all?
Well, Maria Colvin, she's a journalist. She's not a photojournalist, but she really spoke to me as for me as Lee as a character the most. But also, as soon as I got the role, I said, Alex, just give me the camera immediately, whatever camera you want me to use for the film. And I shot digitally. I had a Sony body with a lens, but I wanted to pull my own focus because I didn't want to just be clicking without something to do to make it more, interesting to film. But yeah, I just took as many pictures and had my camera on me all the time because to me I was the most nervous about not looking this is second nature to me.
So you were just doing it every day in everyday life?
Yeah, just having it on me all the time. Yeah, all the time. And then my other lens and my camera bag, just so I didn't look like I was carrying something heavy that I wasn't used to,
Yeah, that's the thing though, they are so heavy.
They're so heavy, and we always had real cameras. I remember the props had made a fake camera, and we were running, and it was just flopping. We were like, we can't do this looks so bad.
I love Jessie's character, and I love how she looks up to Lee. Mm-hmm. 30 years into your career, do you still look up to actresses? Who do you look up to?
Of course. I was watching Shirley MacLaine in a movie on the way here, and I just love her so much. Jenna Rollins is one of my favorite actresses. Yeah, there's a lot of, so many people I look up to.
And going back to the movie, obviously we see some real horrific images in this film. I feel like it's so present in today's world with conflicts going on. Did that influence how you perceived when you were filming it at all?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's why Alex wrote this film. And to me, because you don't really know, what side people are really on, it's kind of left up to the audience, what's going on. You're allowed to fill it in for yourself. But yeah, it's impossible not to, especially when the last 2 weeks of shooting was so much gunfire, and then you read about a school shooting. It's just, all this is just so connected. So I think that what Alex did was try and make an anti-war movie and about what happens when people don't treat each other like other human beings.
And what was it like being on set? Because you talk about the explosions. I was jumping in my seat in the cinema.
I mean...
What was it like on set?
And it was loud like that. And I wore earplugs, which... everyone recommends. So some people wore earplugs, some people didn't. I'm also a jumper like you, but obviously I couldn't look like that in the film. It wouldn't make any sense. Okay, cool. So I had to get used to it, but I also wore earplugs because I'm like you.
We follow your character in the car on a bit of a road trip. Out of all the previous co-stars that you've had, who would you like to go on a bit of a road trip with?
Definitely Jesse Plemons, my husband, without the children.